So, good afternoon. My journey with finance for 25 plus years, corporates and consulting, which includes I wear a couple of hats from the accountant, revenue realizations or revenue accounting, audits, risk, revenue assurance, and techno-financial guy. Work on cross boundaries within India and outside India. As part of the consulting team also as a partner level and director level, and with a couple of telcos in India. We have heard a couple of speakers. Now, how we can make finance an enabler? Because CFO has a power of signing checks, but how to utilize funds for themselves? Every time cake will be there, part of it only available for finance and finance team. That's what my observation for last 25 years. IT is enabler. Now today I'm talking behalf of IT and how AI can help you to make more decision makers and get rid of all mundane activities and how you can automate your processes. So if you look at overall finance, we are the champion across organizations who interact with multiple processes. It's also, we manage somewhere vendors' payments also, salaries also, expense approval also, your revenue accounting, plus we have other issues also, which needs to be handled. Data crunching, favorite topic of finance. Everywhere you go, you will find Excel, every desktop, every laptop, and every bosses. And this is actually creating a limitations to get free of you. For the 10-minute presentation, you will spend 6 hours to conclude the conclusion based on large, humongous information, where you can assist your CEO, MD, board, and cross-functional C-level people. And this all manual work leads to basically all these delays and challenges. And the expectation from finance is, we are the first line of defense. Are you guys agree? Because most of the processes managed by finance is the first line of defense. Pricing, accounting, provisioning, rejecting invoice, rejecting claim, all this rejection work is been attached with the finance. All cross-functional team members will think, boss, finance के पास जाते हैं ना यार, पैसा ही नहीं निकलता है. Every day you must be getting calls also from procurement. भैया पेमेंट कब दे रहे हो? इन्वॉइस तो दे के 25 दिन हो गए. So couple of these challenges finance, has to face within organization. Besides that, we have a framework of compliance also over and about external GST, income tax, TDS, TCS, whatnot. Internal customer you guys attend. External customer also you guys attend. So you are also customer service agent at a time when you interact with vendor, when you talk with marketing, procurement, sales, bhaiya incentive kab aa raha hai. Couple of things has been guarded around the finance, and unfortunately because of the challenges and Excel-driven organizations, it delays the response. That's not habits of finance, because the financial guys is actually work among the framework and the policy and procedure which is given to them. And there are the policies which they ensure that guarding and securing that policy completion within the organization. You are also a risk mitigator. Auditor pehle finance ke paas hi aayega. He will never go to marketing, he will never go to the sales. He will always go and finance and ask, boss, ye data de de. Arre sir, ye to sales ka hai. So these are all these things. Now, our poor bosses or CFOs, who was always a phone away for our MDs. Every information comes to him, it will get redirected to finance only. Boss, validate kar. Why business going down? Sir, maal to koi aur bech raha hai. I am answering as a CFO. CPO comes to you, ask boss, vendor is chilla raha hai. You have not made the payment. Boss, PO nahi diya, maal kahan se aa gaya? So couple of these, challenges. And currently, last 3 to 4 years after business intelligence, big data comes in picture. All these buzzword that help everyone ki boss, ab hum sudharne wale hain. We are going to get a bunch of information on click of button. Unfortunately, hardly any organization able to use BI tools for a couple of challenges. I think this is not the today's topic, but just touch upon that. So the expectation from finance, because I'm hearing since morning the couple of presentations where how to elevate team members, how to reduce cost, why cost will only reduce by laying off the employees. We have to empower them. We'll figure out that. We'll also discuss that. Career planning for employees. CA बन के आया है और invoice book करते बैठा है. He is supposed to close, balance sheets, provisions, understand the data dynamics of the organization, and conclude the strategic partner as a business driver, because all informations come from the board. MD is weighted by finance only. Business is going down, debtors are going up, 180 plus is provisions, put for approval. All this information lying in one idiot box called ERP. ERP, standard life of every finance guys. Download report, open in Excel, create pivot, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, conclusion. That's the framework of the finance. And what we have learned in colleges, schools, and the MBA, boss, PPTs, presentations, dashboard, but you conclude that using Excel. So I think it's couple of our 10 areas what I try to explain you. Hope you guys agree with it. Our CFO wants, manual to automation approach. He actually push all of us. He also asks for budgets and everything. He wants everyone to become a strategic thinker of his organization within his functions also, where he can elevate the life, professional life of the guy from executive to assistant manager, manager to all that ladder, so that he can retain the talent also, knowledge also, and he can focus on the brighter and bigger things. But our always decision will be reactive, because her data kuch कहता है. Once we get the data, we'll react on it. So how to convert this as a data decision models? How we can, convert into this supportive tool which will enhance the capability of finance. So the dream is what, or the business demand is autonomous finance. I'll explain you the term in following slide. Digital adoptions, big words. Everybody speak. But karna kaise bata? Machine to code and generate. This is right side is entire IT domain. But if you must have read the first sentence in that, CFO and finance, they are the process owners, they are the process enabler. And they know what is expected out of information exactly from the executive of finance till the vice president CFO. And typically that's the way our Plutus Pro. So today we are discussing about Plutus Pro, which is a product we built based on our financial knowledge and risk control and compliances framework, which help you to automate couple of processes. So this is Plutus, hairy guy. Okay. So most of the time, let's talk today about accounts payable process. Most of the time, your half day goes to tracing the invoice within organization only. You search for the invoice, vendor is yelling at procurement, MD or procurement CPO is asking CFO, boss, ye invoice kidhar hai? Invoice is sitting with someone in branch at somewhere far place in his inbox, and that already inbox is full of other emails of priorities. Month closure hai, cash flow close karna hai, provision dena hai. So basically, we need to shift such, low-level activity. It's not low-level activity, but it is not also productive activity. So how we can accept the invoice? We can accept the invoice by WhatsApp. We can accept the invoice by Gmail. We can accept the invoice by Outlook as an attachment. We can accept the invoices using Plutus Pro via chat box on your website. And it will also respond to your vendor also. You must be seeing such invoices from your chaiwala. Every month, handwritten invoice. 25 chai, 2,500 रुपया और ये सब. This is the typically what he's thinking. So Plutus has a capability to convert these invoices into a digital form. You will also find some of your vendor will send you horizontal PDF. भैया बैठ के करते रहो. Then there are some invoices which will have couple of materials, handwritten stamps and other things. So Plutus has capability to convert the handwritten invoices also into a structural form. So this is the information of the invoices which is converted based on your SQ. Sample 1, okay? And based on this, you have couple of mappings. You beat your different ERPs, SAPs are there, Oracle is there. Standard process of procurement is you issue a PO, you get the invoice with PO number, and then you validate the pricing, quantity, GRN, because your GRN happened first, then you validate and your warehouse guides enter GRN in SAP, and then you can always verify what quantity is involved, and typically the price and rates verification responsibility come to finance or sometimes procurement. And finally, finance book this invoice. So our Plutus Pro will help you to have these dashboards and everything, which will also help across the organizations on accounts payable automation, keeping in mind even GST compliance also. You will have typical vendors who will not pay GST, but he will demand for money. And as a tax guy, he will always say, boss, 2B में तो दिख नहीं रहा है, payment कहाँ से दूँ? So this couple of challenges has been think through, and we actually converted this entire platform enable for interaction internally, externally, and also accounts payable process as a sample. And all this decision, because half the time when you work on the informations and Excels, you are dependent on data to cultivate the decisions which you can pass on to your seniors or your management committee or other department functions. So how Plutus workbench can work for you? Since morning we are hearing that automation has to be adopted. We should have something over and above ERP. We'll have a couple of processes. So here, typically in workbench, you can automate your vendor onboarding. It's a classic case. When we onboard the vendor, ideally the procurement team is responsible for onboarding any vendor. And during that vendor onboarding process, there are a set of checklists, which like PAN card, his banker checks, his board resolutions, if private limited. If it's a sole propriety, then his owner PAN card and his address. Having this information, it also limits you for risk management in future, where this vendor took advances and ran away. Or does he actually fall into your culture? Before my presentation, there was a speaker mentioned about culture. Now, every organization has a culture, definitely has a culture, proactive culture, reactive culture, cross-boundary culture, cross-country culture. The culture is across, everywhere is different. And that's the vision and objective of the organization. Now for vendor onboarding, you have the capabilities where you can pull the information from MCA, you can pull the information from GST on a click of button, which will also give you the health of the vendor, how much loan he has. Post-COVID, the supply chain has couple of challenges for all enterprises. And to ensure that checks that help you that your procurement is onboarding the right vendor who don't have any legal issues, who don't have any GST or compliances issue. And this is all available currently in a click of a button instead of wasting your time. Second thing, paper to digital. I already shown you the samples where the physical invoice, digital invoice, printed invoice, PDF invoice or image invoice can be converted on a fraction of a second into a structure form, which can be used for a couple of associated process. ITC reconciliations, favorite topic of tax guys. After every month of 11, download this 2B, reconcile what invoice and other thing. It happens in click of a button. You don't have to break head. By 15th, as soon as the GST or ITC data is ready, you can identify which vendor last month given you invoices not filed GSTR 1. So that also one way of tracking this defaulter vendors. Second is invoice accounting. When you match POs and GRN, straight away Plutus Pro can enable invoice booking also as soon as finance approve it. And you will have a segregation of duty also there, where procurement will take care of rate verifications. Your warehouse can do these GRNs and validations. E-procurement can be enabled via this because it's an interactive platform. We can set up that procurement procedures via WhatsApps and other thing. You can also track inventory. You can also track treasury because this is the biggest pain of treasury to plan the cash flow because you don't have a visibility of the invoices which is unapproved, submitted last month and is tracing for information and to make the funds available for timely payment and ensure now government has issued SME compliance also where SMEs and registered guys needs to be paid on time. Then supply chain insights. ERP hold all informations, but if procurement needs some informations to how to perform the pricing analysis, vendor analysis, his late deliveries, whenever he has defaulted GST, the one scorecard will help you to take a call whether you should have alternative vendors because all information is sitting with you guys, way form of inwards, billing, his POs and everything that will help you to take a decision. So couple of things I mentioned. Now how it works. So vendor submit the invoice get passed, is converted, it will validate on real-time basis with your ERP via API. It will verify invoice, approve for the further process. In case of rejection, it will communicate to vendor stating that, boss, you are not mentioned XYZ, there is no PO, you are given something else, we never order. Plutus Pro will map your purchase orders with your invoices based on the SQs and everything. It will validate rates, quantity, and invoice PO, GRN verification. So you will only handling exceptions. We don't want our finance guys or the warehouse guys and other guys to validate matchers. Let's not play with matching. So exception can be managed at the user level. And basically, once it's ready, the invoice booking can be happen. And this is all possible over and above your existing ERPs. These are the clientele using our services. Data privacy, favorite topic currently going on. So we are already certified, protected with HAPA also, GDPR also, ISO also. These are the awards and recognition what we got. Happy to answer your questions, if any. Sir. Yes, very good question. So difference between OCR and cognitive technology is that only and machine learning. Earlier what used to happen, whenever this OCR technology come, it has to read a set block of the invoices, which was limiting the enhancement and handling of the different type of invoices. So suppose if you have 3 different type of invoices, coder has to write 3 different code. In case of our solution or current technology, cognitive and other thing, neutral languages, it's adopt these recognitions. So we don't have to train solution again and again. It's self itself. So that's called machine learning. Anyone else wants to know more? We are outside. Always touch base with you. Any assistance, any clarification, any doubt. Happy to resolve your queries and happy to, I can show you something, just 2 minutes. So I hope you are able to see this. This is a live product. Okay, and let me show you something. So right side, there is an invoice which was converted into a structural form. Let me increase this also. So you are able to see, this is the invoice which is came from some partner. He is actually vendor submitted 3 different SKUs with taxes and other thing. And the Plutus Pro has converted everything. I'll show you invoice also in the parsed. So right side, you can see this parse informations. OCR and our technology, this is a difference. And all SQ has been captured here. So you have the taxes, IGSTs and everything, material level. This makes your life easy for future. And then rate verification, in case of there is rate mismatch, it will automatically notify you, a user. There is a GRN validations, which is talking constantly on Oracle, SAP, all ERPs, and retrieve the information via API. So no one is there to go and feed this information. As soon as they approve this, invoice booking template is ready to push to the your ERP. What you needs to take care? Only exceptions. So still additional work hour available for all our juniors or the process owner to work on the information and do more strategic and supportive activities to the management and the organization. Okay, so I think it's time up for me. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Thank you very much.